Hi, this is Eugene. Today we're on Ossington Avenue and we're going to start right here about a block up the street from Queen. Behind me, the storefront directly behind me with the big window and the white on the top. That was 70B Ossington Avenue in 1985. I know that because I made it 70B Ossington Avenue. There was no distinction between the upstairs and the downstairs, so I made one. I put up a 70B and I just started calling us that. There were two artists at the time, and we took the space, made a shared kitchen in the middle, shared bathroom in the basement. Within a few years, this street completely transformed, more than I think any street in the city. Let's take a walk down to the bottom of the street. We'll walk up and I'll tell you all about it. We're at Queen and Ossington. That's Cam H across the street. It was here when I moved in up the street in the mid-'80s, but it looked completely different. This building right here was a Buddhist temple back then. The Columbia Transfer Lounge across the street was a nice little pub. It's an odd-looking building with the pink bricks. It says withdrawal management services. Well, I guess it's still doing that. We just considered it a drunk tank at the time. And then this one here, that was number 12, where it's lost and found. This building has been completely rebuilt since I lived down around here. Used to be an artist, lived upstairs, and then in behind there was a booze can. And you could enter by the door in the back, and it was there for years. Up at the corner where the least sign is used to be the Venezia Bakery. They used to sell me stale pastries every day. Argyle Street. Right here on the corner there was a guy who used to make tofu, and outside the building on the north side there would be buckets of tofu. It had kind of a unique smell about the whole thing. I don't know how sanitary their whole operation was, but there it was. So it's quite an ambitious painting, I think. There was a Portuguese hardware store, I think, here. I don't remember any of these businesses having been here at all. Pho Ten Ten, I understand, is quite good. It wasn't here when I was here. Nothing was here. It was sleepy Portuguese kitchen shops. And then there was artists moved in because things were cheap. And then it became mostly Vietnamese places. And then restaurants started opening here because it was cheap. The place that I was living in was became the Lang Van 2. The Lang Van was next door. There are two Vietnamese coffee places. When we lived there, the place next door had a tape loop that played mid-70s pop music. So every like 58 minutes you'd hear Terry Jacks singing Seasons in the Sun. Man, it's changed so much. Restaurants galore here now. It was quite a sleepy neighborhood when I was around. There was a little confectionery in this block called the Maple Leaf Confectionery. This lovely elderly woman was running it. There's so much new here now. I mean, new surfaces. This whole building right here, this apartment building. Wow. This street is just so unrecognizable to me. Up near the top of the street, there were some fish places. We'll see if they're still there. I highly doubt it. We're coming up towards Dundas Street. There used to be a donut shop up here and a strip bar. I think the donut shop was called Galaxy Donuts, but everybody called it Galaxy Drugs. I don't know. I never went in there. It was pretty scary. I never went in the strip club either. Much like strip clubs. I'm not seeing any of the old fish places here at all, and that doesn't surprise me. I see there's one specifically Portuguese business still in place from back in the day. Up here on the other side of the street. There's a Thai bar here. That looks like it could be interesting. The Lakeview restaurant has gone through various iterations. When I first moved here in the mid-80s, it was the original Lakeview. They had the old booths. They had the old jukebox unit at every booth. Then did a big rebranding and renovation and everything. And I think they've done, at least one more, maybe two more. I'm not even sure. We're going to walk back down the street from Dundas over to Queen on the other side of the street and see if we can get a different perspective on things. There's sushi places, patios happening. Man. Another big mural here. Let's see if we can get a look at it. Oh, I remember this laneway. This gray building here, I think used to be a bakery. Now it has perhaps several businesses in it. Well, it looks like this across the street is providing a fair bit of housing. I have no idea how expensive it is. For a street that was one of the least expensive streets in the city, I'll bet you now it's becoming one of the more expensive. snack place here. I think this Côté de Boeuf is the place that was once the Maple Leaf Confectionery.
To get it changed, but I haven't followed through in terms of whether it stays that way.
Bellwood's Brewery. I feel lost here. I feel like I just transported down from another time. Every now and then I'll see some little bit that I recognize. Bellwood's Tattoo.